Good evening, my dear Dr. Scott. My name is Wang. Today I'm going to talk about a country which is Brazil. In my presentation, I would use past model to analyze Brazil's business environment. In addition, I would also use Porter's 5 forces model to analyze Brazil's competitive advantages. Okay, now let me start with the outline of my presentation. The first section is mind mapping. The second section is introduction to Brazil. The third part is pestle analysis. The fourth one is Porter's 5 forces model. The next part is soccer economy, and the final part is conclusion. The mind mapping 1 indicates that how I think about the 6 aspects of past models in Brazil in order to analyze Brazil's business environment. The mind mapping 2 shows that how I think about the 5 forces in Brazil. Okay, let me introduce Brazil, the geography aspect. The total area of Brazil is 8.5 million square kilometers, and Brazil can mainly split into 2 parts, including Brazilian highland and Brazilian plain. Brazil relies on agricultural industry and exports. Soccer stimulates a kind of economy called soccer economy, which contributes to Brazil's economy significantly. And the cultures in Brazil are diverse. There are three main aspects in Brazil's culture. The first one is soccer. The second one is samba. The third one is barbecue. Okay, now let me talk about the political and legal environment. The political structure in Brazil is federalism. The president would be elected by the citizens directly every 4 years. The legal system in Brazil is integrated. However, it has corruption issue. Corruption has been a big issue in Brazil. It blocks Brazil's development significantly. Okay, economic environment. In 2012, Brazil's GDP was around 2,255 billion, which was ranked 7th in the world. However, the GNI per capita was not as good as developed countries. In other words, even though Brazil got an outstanding GDP, but the people still cannot get very much. The second part is contribution to financial funds. The contribution to financial intermediary funds by Brazil was increased to $58 million. Brazil's inflation rate decreased from 6.2% to 5% in 2012, which is significant in the history. Next part is social cultural environment. As I mentioned before, there are 3 main aspects in Brazil's culture. The first one is soccer. Brazil has a rich cultural heritage of soccer. Currently, soccer stimulates development for a lot of industries. The second one is samba. Samba stands for Brazil's culture. The samba party in Rio plays an outstanding role for Brazil's economy. The third one is barbecue. Brazilian barbecue is a kind of cultural food. It has more than 500 years history. Technological environment. Brazil's government encourages innovation. It spends a big amount of money on technological research sector. For example, in 1999, Brazil put 1.35% of the total GDP in the technology sector. And the next part is ecological environment. Brazil's natural resources are abundant. Currently, Brazil's iron mines have a big reserve of 65 billion tons. Its output and export are the second largest in the world. Okay, now let me talk about the Porter's 5 forces model. Force 1. Competition. Any industry has competition, no matter it is sport competition or economic competition. We cannot change it, but we have to adapt it. Force 2. Threat of new interests. Competition also comes from new interests. New interests would share customers, profits, and resources, so they are kind of threat for any industries. In order to solve this problem, Brazil's government should base on what customers truly need. Force 3. Threat of substitute products or services. The first aspect is the products who have the different shape but same function. The second part is imitation products, for example, imitation jewelry. Brazil's government should make a policy to protect the rights of any products in order to get rid of imitation. Force 4. Customers. Customers in Brazil focuses on the quality of products. More and more Brazil's customers have an awareness of protecting their rights. Force 5. Suppliers. Brazil's suppliers should have their own characteristics and play to their advantages in order to get more competitive advantages efficiently. Now let me provide a SWOT analysis of soccer economy. The strength of soccer economy is the reputation stimulates the relevant industry spotted by soccer culture. Customers and its customer base is large. The weakness is it is difficult to control. It depends on the results of tournament, based on the stage of tournament. The opportunity is the it can cooperating with foreign soccer league, new system to find young players, and a new profit model. The threat can be players are moving to other countries. Match fixing, competition coming from other countries, for example, Argentina's soccer league. And in conclusion, Brazil is growing faster and faster because of its complex political environment, economical potential, cultural heritage, innovative technology, integrated legal system, and abundant natural resources. However, Brazil is still facing several issues, such as corruption and violence. In order to reach sustainable development, Brazil's government should control these issues and utilize the competitive advantages. Moreover, Brazil can build more cooperation with Chinese companies to get more opportunities. Thanks for listening. I hope you like it, my dear Dr. Scott. See you next semester.